I just had this moment of, I don't know how to get out of this, like, this is going to kill me. I was raised in a religious home. I was born into a Catholic home, and it wasn't very interesting to me, honestly. I was very caught up in the rest of life and kind of these traditions. I just didn't feel like it had a place in my life. I didn't have a very deep understanding of what God meant, what God was, and what that could be in my life. I didn't feel like I needed God in my life or church in my life or Jesus in my life, and decided to try to do it on my own, and it didn't work out so great for me. I had a difficult time, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually dealing with life. I got heavily involved in drugs and alcohol and gave my entire life away to that. And I thought that was going to kill me. I really did. I had one moment where I remember I woke up in the middle of the night and, I was sick and I didn't know what to do. And I just had this moment of, I'm addicted. I don't know how to get out of this. Like, this is going to kill me. Like, I kind of paused for a minute, and I didn't know how to give my life over to anything else. And I was like, oh, well, that's it. I was trying to get my life back on track and get my life together, and I ended up sick as a result of that. And I remember my dad telling me that parents are not meant to bury their children. And I remember how that made me feel. To see the impact that my choices could have on other people. It became abundantly clear to me that I was not only hurting myself, that the life that I was living was hurting all those around me. It was hurting everyone that loved me. It was shortly after that I did get sober. That was in the fall of 2016. God found me and decided that wasn't going to be the end. And so he brought me into a program of recovery, and that program utilizes this idea of a higher power. I came into that and I didn't want that, but I wanted what those people had. So I found a God concept through that program, but it didn't fill everything that I was missing in my life. I've had some lovely people in my life who have opened kind of the door to me to the idea of Christianity and of Jesus and of that salvation, and spreading the gospel in a way that's quiet and loving and not forceful and fire and brimstone and like shouting at me, but sharing it with me when there is those moments of opportunity. And those moments of opportunity kind of grew. And I started coming here, and I had this moment over the winter where I was reviewing for a test I had to take. I had this realization that, of course, life can't come from nothing. All these pieces that I had been rejecting sort of fell into place, and it just became so clear to me what the way was and what the truth was. And I realized that this is the path that I want to be on. My way has not worked out all that well for me. I'll try the God way. Felt like I didn't have anything to lose, so I might as well try it. It was initially very awkward for me. It was very uncomfortable, but I found that it worked. I realized that when I talk to God and when I listen for his answers, they come. Not always in my time and not always the answer that I want, but that guidance is always there, that love is always there, that support is always there. I don't have to have this grand plan and know how everything's going to work out. All I have to do is have faith and follow the plan that's laid out. I would say that if you're someone who's questioning whether or not you want to give God a chance, and if you want to open up your heart, that what do you have to lose? Give it a shot, open your heart, open your mind. When I got sober and I thought I had no room in my life for God, and I kind of made the decision to try and let him in and to try and have a part of that, I was able to look back on my life and see all the times that he had held me and carried me and protected me. Jesus is the Son of God, the Savior of the world. And the fact that we were granted that great gift, right? That God would come down to earth and live as a man in the world as it was and choose to die for us so that we don't have to go through that. That's absolutely remarkable. Like, what a gift of love. My name is Christine Pankratz, and I've decided to follow Jesus.